I just wanted to say that with the restrictions and the zoning and everything under the initiative, you've been given a difficult task on one hand, and that most of the city is cut off from retail outlets, which is really the big deal for Olympia, not so much production. You've also been given an easier task because, well, your zoning has been pretty well laid out for you by the state already. I would say that the ordinance as it is works fine. It's going to be very difficult for retailers to locate in Olympia. That's not your fault. That's the initiative itself. And God bless her, the author of the initiative herself has even said that the restrictions went a little overboard in the initiative. And so there's general consensus, I would say, politically at the state level, both with the Liquor Control Board and the legislature, that at some point we should probably loosen those restrictions a little bit, at least on retail end.
It's with great pleasure that I address you now that we're on the verge of legalization. I have grown pot in every corner lot in most of this whole town, from Fish Trap Loop to East Bay Drive to West Bay Drive. This restriction that we put on here is only going to seem to damper revenue. I am in this for the long haul. I am trying to create first-time employment. I'm trying to create jobs with healthcare. I know you have a little control over this, and it's all come from the Liquor Control Board, and it is a work in progress. It's going to continue just as liquor laws in the state have changed every year, and now we're on a whole new platform of liquor being sold by retail outlets. I don't know if marijuana is going to get to be that way in my lifetime, but one would only think that it would be nice to see my products in every store on the West Coast. But that's neither here nor there. I want to take a brief exception to 18.5, 1.040, 2.0. The marijuana or retail producer or processor shall be entirely within a permanent enclosed structure with a roof. The structure shall comply with all appropriate code requirements. I don't know if the city of Olympia has an agricultural area, but under 502, it allows for the outdoor production and greenhouse production. And I don't know out on Mud Bay how far you guys go out there as far as your city limits go, but there's certainly agricultural zones there. And if this section here, I don't know if it was added by the city or if it was where it came from, but I certainly would want to think that there'd probably be very, very little production done inside the city of Olympia. The cost of light industrial rent here is somewhere around 80 cents a square foot. A medium-sized grow will cost you $5,000 a month in rent. That's cost prohibitive. Marijuana needs to be grown in agricultural zones, so that's one less worry. Just remember, this is going to be a changing thing. It is creating jobs, and hopefully within this next year, I certainly will be lobbying for some revenue for the cities to get. Right now, there's no enforcement revenue for any of you, other than the state revenue, and that quite frankly isn't fair. So I want to thank you for your time. And,
a couple items that were overkill. And one of them is on page 4 of the document, number 7, where it's requiring the premises to have an operating security and alarm system, which there's nothing wrong with that. But then the last sentence, all videos are subject to inspection by the Olympia Police Department upon request. I mean, these people that are going into these businesses, do they have to give up their due process in order to have a marijuana license? That seems a little onerous to me. The second one is on page 5, where we're talking about waste products must be disposed of in a secure manner that would prevent exposure to the public or create a nuisance. I'm a master gardener, and I would love to go to a producer or a processor and pick up some compost, because that stuff is gold. And we can recycle it back into our earth and restore our earth. Marijuana has tremendous qualities for